The ton is whispering again. Something new is stirring behind the silk curtains and candlelit halls of London's grandest ballrooms. This time, it's not just about marriage or status, it's about truth. A truth that's been waiting to step into the light. As Bridgerton returns for season 4, the world of powdered wigs and polite scandals is about to meet love in all its forms. The question is high society ready for what's coming? Bridgerton has always been more than just a love story. It's a dance of desire, power, and secrets, all wrapped in elegance. Every season, the Ten has watched a Bridgerton family fall in love, break hearts, and challenge what's proper. But behind the lace and the gossip, the show has also been quietly rewriting what romance can look like in a world built on rules. Season 1 gave us the fiery passion between Daphne and Simon, a tale of innocence meeting experience. Season 2 turned love into a battlefield with Anthony and Kate's slow burn tension, proving that love is both a war and a surrender. Then came season 3, softer but braver, where Penelope finally stepped out of the shadows and showed that love belongs to those who dare to want more. Now, as the curtains rise for season 4, whispers suggest that Bridgerton's next step might be its boldest yet. The show is preparing to explore queer storylines, love stories that step beyond the bounds of the ballroom's traditions. It's a change that feels both shocking and overdue. After all, love is not new to Bridgerton, but honesty might be. The series has always been about pushing against the limits of society. Every dance, every forbidden glance, is a rebellion against the expectations of that era. But imagine the scandal if two lovers in this world weren't just defying rank or reputation, but the very idea of who they're supposed to love. That's the kind of tension that could make Bridgerton season 4 unforgettable. It's not about rewriting history, it's about revealing the parts that history chose to hide. There's something powerful about seeing love bloom where the world least expects it. The Ton thrives on secrets, and there's no secret more dangerous than the truth of the heart. The series has hinted at it before with Benedict Bridgerton's curious charm, his artistic soul, and his quiet distance from traditional love stories. Fans have long suspected his journey might be one of self-discovery, of finding love beyond what society allows. And if that's true, season 4 could be the moment when Bridgerton steps into a story that is both brave and beautiful, because at its core, Bridgerton isn't just about romance. It's about people trying to live honestly in a world built on appearances. And sometimes, the most dramatic thing a person can do in the middle of all the waltzes, whispers, and watchful eyes is simply to be themselves. London's high society stands polished and perfect. But beneath the glittering surface, something is shifting. The air feels different, as if the grand chandeliers know that their light will soon fall on a new kind of love. For years, Bridgerton has shown us a world obsessed with appearances, where every glance is judged and every secret costs a fortune. Yet in this delicate world of rules and ribbons, there's a quiet revolution coming, one that doesn't march or shout, but whispers softly through the corridors of power. Season 4 promises to turn those whispers into a melody that can no longer be ignored. Netflix and Shondaland have always dared to color outside the lines. From the very first episode, Bridgerton challenged what a period drama could be. The casting broke tradition. The dialogue broke expectations. The music, classical remixes of modern songs, blurred time itself. It was a statement. This is not your grandmother's Regency story. It's a reflection of today, wrapped in the elegance of yesterday. And now, that reflection is deepening. Behind-the-scenes interviews and subtle hints suggest the creators are ready to tell stories of love that have always existed but rarely been seen. Stories of people who've had to hide in the shadows of ballrooms while pretending to fit in. What makes this shift so important isn't just representation, it's resonance. Bridgerton has always been about longing for love, for freedom, for belonging. And no one understands that yearning more deeply than someone who has had to hide who they are. The show's move toward queer storylines doesn't just expand the world, it makes it more human. It reminds us that under the corsets and titles, people have always been searching for the same thing, a hand to hold without fear. Imagine it, a gentleman, dressed in finery, standing at the edge of a ballroom. The violins swell as he locks eyes with another man across the floor. For a moment, the noise fades, the rules vanish. There's only the heartbeat of truth. That's the kind of beauty Bridgerton is built to capture, the courage to love when the world tells you not to. This change isn't about rewriting history. It's about expanding it. The Regency era was not as uniform as old stories suggest. Hidden letters, unspoken bonds, and secret affections existed then as they do now. Bridgerton has the chance to give those silenced hearts a voice, one that sings above the gossip of the ton, because in a society obsessed with reputation, nothing is more scandalous than authenticity. And that's exactly why the next season feels so thrilling. It's not just another chapter of romance. It's a redefinition of it. The ton might be ready to dance to a new tune, one that celebrates every kind of love. Every season of Bridgerton has had its fair share of secrets, letters tucked beneath pillows, stolen glances behind fans, and promises whispered in moonlit gardens. But this time, the secret might not belong to the ton's usual scandals. This time, it might be about something real, something deeper, love that dares to exist even when the world refuses to see it. As rumors ripple through the fan circles and quiet clues appear between the lines of the script, one name continues to rise above them all: Benedict Bridgerton. From the beginning, Benedict has always been different. He doesn't chase status like Anthony, nor does he cling to tradition like his mother. He paints, he dreams, and he lingers at the edges of every ballroom as if searching for something the rest of London can't offer. His story has always felt like a mystery, one that's never been fully told. Fans have long believed that Benedict's journey might explore a side of love that Bridgerton has yet to show. His curiosity about art, his open-minded nature, and the freedom in his eyes hint at a heart that doesn't follow rules. What makes this possibility so powerful is how naturally it fits into Bridgerton's world. The show has never been just about romance. It's about liberation. Every couple we've seen has had to fight against society, whether for rank, race, or reputation. A queer storyline wouldn't feel forced. It would feel like the next step in the show's evolution. It's the kind of love story that could challenge not only the ton, but also the viewers, asking them to see love as something boundless, not boxed in by tradition. But Benedict might not be the only one hiding a secret. There are whispers of new characters entering season 4, figures described as charming yet unconventional. Some reports hint at friendships that could grow into something unexpected, or alliances that blur the line between affection and defiance. In the world of Bridgerton, every dance is a game, every conversation a coded confession. The beauty lies not in what is said, but in what is felt, in the brush of hands, in the shared look that lingers a heartbeat too long. The idea of a queer romance unfolding in this setting isn't just exciting, it's revolutionary. Imagine the tension, two people falling in love while knowing that every candlelit dinner, every stolen touch could ruin them. The stakes would be higher, the emotions sharper, the longing almost unbearable. It's the kind of story that could redefine Bridgerton's legacy, from a show about forbidden love to a story about fearless love. And maybe that's the message hidden beneath all the lace and luxury, that the bravest thing anyone can do is be honest about who they are. In a world obsessed with masks, truth becomes the most dangerous weapon. If season 4 truly steps into this territory, it won't just be another season of romance. It'll be a love letter to every soul who has ever felt unseen, reminding them that even in the most proper of worlds, love still finds a way. The whispers have grown louder. What began as quiet curiosity in fan corners has turned into full-blown anticipation across the ton, or in today's world, across social media feeds. The thought of Bridgerton embracing queer love has set hearts racing and opinions clashing. Some call it revolutionary, others call it risky, but everyone agrees on one thing: if Bridgerton does this, it will change everything. You can almost feel the energy. Fans are already painting their own versions of what season 4 could be. Edits of Benedict and a mysterious suitor swirl through TikTok. Tweets read like diary entries, filled with hope and emotion. "If Bridgerton gives us a queer love story, I'll cry for days," one fan writes. It's not just excitement, it's longing. For years, audiences have seen love in all its polished, predictable forms. Now, they're asking to see something real, something that mirrors their own hearts. Representation in period dramas has always been rare, almost forbidden. The world of corsets and carriages has too often erased those who lived in the margins, the lovers who couldn't dance openly, the writers who hid their truth in poetry. By giving them a place in Bridgerton's grand world, the series would be doing more than telling a story. It would be giving history a heartbeat again. It would say, they existed, they mattered, and they deserve to be seen under the same golden light as any duke or debutante. This kind of storytelling carries weight. It's not just about who falls in love. It's about who gets to be loved publicly. It's about the teenager watching who finally sees a piece of themselves reflected in silk and candlelight. It's about the adult who never thought they'd see a story like theirs told with such care. Bridgerton has always been about fantasy, the idea that love can conquer society's barriers. But this season, that fantasy could become something more powerful. A truth long overdue. Still, not everyone in the town will approve. Just as the fictional society within the show struggles with change, so does the audience outside it. Some will call it a distraction, a rewrite, or a scandal. But isn't that exactly what makes it Bridgerton? Every great love story in this universe begins with defiance. Every couple we've rooted for has faced judgment before joy. Why should this be any different? When the final waltz begins, and two people who were never meant to be together finally are, it will feel like history catching its breath. The violins will rise, the chandeliers will shimmer, and for a moment, just one time, will stand still. Because love, no matter the century, is still love. And as the screen fades to black, audiences everywhere will know they've witnessed not just another season, but a turning point. Season 4 isn't coming to repeat the past. It's coming to rewrite it one heartbeat, one forbidden glance, one fearless confession at a time. And when the town gossips about it the next morning, they won't just be talking about a scandal. They'll be talking about a revolution dressed in silk and sincerity. The carriages have gone quiet. The candles flicker low. And for once, the town seems to hold its breath. Something rare is happening, not just another season, not another scandal, but a transformation. Bridgerton has always been a mirror held up to a polished world, showing the beauty and the cracks all at once. But now, that mirror is turning towards something more daring, something more human. As the whispers fade into music, a new truth rises from beneath the glitter and lace. Love, in every form, belongs here. For too long, history has been painted in straight lines, neat, perfect, and incomplete. The stories of queer hearts were erased, rewritten, or hidden beneath the weight of propriety. But Bridgerton has never cared much for rules. It has taken a world built on judgment and turned it into one built on feeling. Every waltz, every confession, every forbidden kiss has been a small rebellion against the cages of class and decorum. And now, the rebellion grows louder. Because if season 4 gives us queer love, it's not rewriting history, it's restoring it. There's something deeply poetic about seeing this happen in the Bridgerton universe. A world so elegant and restrained suddenly becoming the stage for honesty and courage. The idea that beneath the powdered wigs and polite smiles, people were always yearning for the same thing: to be seen, to be chosen, to be free. It reminds us that love has never been bound by gender or title, only by fear. And when that fear finally breaks, the result is nothing short of beautiful. The impact will ripple beyond the ballroom. It's more than just a storyline. It's a signal, a promise that the stories we tell, even the ones dressed in fantasy, can still hold truth. Viewers will watch not just for the gowns or the gossip, but for the courage it takes to love openly. Some will cry, some will cheer, and some will finally feel seen in a way they never have before. That's the magic of storytelling when it dares to be honest. And maybe that's what makes this season feel like destiny. Because Bridgerton has always been about transformation, about people who break the chains that bind them, whether those chains are made of status or silence. Season 4 may not only give us a new kind of romance, but a new kind of power. A reminder that love doesn't need permission. It only needs the courage to exist. So when the orchestra swells and the screen fades to black, what remains isn't just another tale of passion. It's a revolution wrapped in silk, a declaration whispered through time that every heart, no matter who it beats for, deserves its dance under the chandelier. And in that final moment, as the tongue gasps and the audience exhales, One truth will echo louder than the gossip ever could. Love always finds a way. The night has ended. The music has faded. The ballroom, once bursting with laughter and light, stands quiet now, like a memory made of perfume and silk. Yet even in the silence, something lingers. Not the gossip, not the scandal, but the feeling that something extraordinary has just begun. Because when Bridgerton returns for season 4, it won't just tell another love story, it will challenge what love means altogether. For 3 seasons, we've seen grand gestures and delicate heartbreaks. We've seen characters defy class, duty, and family for the sake of love. But now, the stakes feel different, more intimate, more real. Love, once hidden behind masks and expectations, is ready to walk into the light. It's not about shocking the tongue or pleasing the audience. It's about truth. And truth, in the world of Bridgerton, is the most dangerous and beautiful thing of all. Imagine the ballroom again, the chandeliers glowing like captured stars, violins whispering secrets through the air. 2 figures step into view, their eyes meeting not in fear, but in understanding. The crowd may not see it yet, but something historic is unfolding between them. This is not rebellion for the sake of drama. This is love choosing itself, even when the world refuses to. That's what makes it powerful. That's what makes it Bridgerton, because the series has always been about more than corsets and carriages. It's been about identity, courage, and the quiet ache of wanting to be seen. It's about people who look perfect on the outside but are fighting battles within, battles against expectation, against silence, against loneliness. Season 4's rumored queer storylines won't just entertain. They'll heal. They'll give voice to those who have always watched from the sidelines, waiting for their reflection in the grand story of love. And that's the real magic of this world. It transforms the ordinary into the eternal. Every secret confession, every trembling hand, every defiant glance across the room is a reminder that love does not ask for permission. It only asks for courage. Perhaps that's the lesson Bridgerton has been building toward all along, that love isn't defined by the ballroom's rules, but by the heart's honesty. So when season 4 arrives, and the violins begin once more, the tongue will gossip, the audience will swoon, and somewhere between fantasy and truth, love will dance again, freer, bolder, and more unapologetic than ever. The future of Bridgerton isn't just another romance. It's a promise that love in every color, in every form, deserves its moment under the chandelier. And when the final waltz plays, we won't just be watching a show. We'll be witnessing history dressed as a dream. The night draws to its end. The candles burn low, and the echoes of the orchestra drift into memory. The ballroom stands still, the tongue asleep, unaware that history has already shifted beneath their feet. Because in season 4, Bridgerton will not just return with lace, luxury, and longing. It will return with truth. And truth, once revealed, cannot be silenced again. For so long, the stories of love have been dressed in the same shade, beautiful, yes, but incomplete. This time, the colors are changing. The music is slower, deeper, and braver. It carries with it the heartbeat of those who have waited generations to be seen. In this next chapter, love won't hide behind gossip or gowns. It will stand tall in candlelight, fragile yet fearless. And when it does, even the tongue's sharpest whispers won't be enough to drown it out, because love, real love, isn't defined by who society approves of. It's defined by the courage to choose it, over and over, in a world that doesn't understand. That is the heart of Bridgerton. Behind every diamond debut, behind every scandalous waltz, is a single truth. No rule, no rank, no crown can dictate the language of the heart. When the ballroom doors open once more, and season 4 begins, we won't just be watching another story unfold. We'll be witnessing history rewritten with grace. We'll see lovers who refuse to apologize for existing. We'll see a world that, finally, begins to mirror our own, flawed, beautiful, and evolving. The chandeliers will shimmer as if they, too, understand that something sacred has changed. So as the final waltz begins, and 2 figures step into the center of the floor, let the music rise. Let the whispers fade. Let love, in all its forms, take the stage it has always deserved. Because this moment is more than a season premiere. It's a promise. A promise that no matter the century, no matter the rules, no matter the scandal, love will always find its way back to the light. And when the screen fades to black and the violins fall silent, the audience will know the 10 has never seen a love like this before. Bridgerton Season 4, Love Knows No Limits.